29 June 2023. You are all members of the white collar crime, so I will dress myself like you since you picked the side and decided this as intentional consciousness to be against this credit and paycheck with motivation anti-crime, consolidated as anti-crime budget. Of course that we are in different sides. By the interest we have, this issue is over, which was the audit Asia. Risk report, please take a look. Risk report 2023, trace june.blogspot.com. We will check something quite simple, quite clear. The first thing you take a look is that I'm having my playlist as music I like. The second thing, when you take a look at the blog, you check that this month we did a lot of things, especially to hit, and I was told 6 months ago that when we push, corner it, and crush this criminal system, we will check that they will be kind aggressive, will violate more rights, more things, and when everything got finally destroyed, they will claim themselves as victims. They will push the situation. Down here, I had all my arguments, reasons, facts presenting according with the law, with the purpose against the crime, by the motivation as keeping who I am. I'm not a criminal. As you can observe, we are in different sides. You are under a charge through a judicial system. I do not talk with the criminal system. I have no feelings about Brazil and peers, kind of total indifferent about them all. But we are different. We are kind of not sharing the same head. We can have that in the last 24 hours or 48 hours we have a model to have, in order to set a new perception of the financial and bank system, considering Europe, America, North America, Asia, that will carry, the carrot, I would say, the carrot, and then we'll put the carrot on it, and Brazil probably will try to get this carrot, and peers on South America and part of others as continents that are inside the criminal system. And they are animals, so what's the problem? Then we'll check something like this. You will do the dismiss using the model as Venn diagram, crosscut, set interval, failure on it, and automatic workflow. We could check that the invasive pattern will break the lines and cross the lines of your privacy, basic rights and guarantees, since individual passing through the moral entity, the international community, the entire global system. And we suggested today the catching up procedure, convict you all by all crimes, considering all things. You take a look at the blog. And the most relevant thing, 37 trillion arrested, because it's the estimated amount of money diverted from Brazil and running at the physiological channels of the criminal system that hit me in my private living, private space, basic rights, essential human rights and guarantees, including my privacy, and no interest on it affected. Of course, that she will suffer the consequence. The first one will have the model to track this, research this, considering that if you have a lot of resources on IBM, AT&T, and have no idea how to use, you have nothing. I will use only my mind. We have 0 up to 197 countries. In general, they will do the operation as debt the operation as credit. When someone creates a debt, the other one has a credit. And after you transfer this, you have the credit covered and the debit solved. It's a flawless system. It's this was created on Italy, on the Catholic Church. Works until this time, but you do not respect in Brazil and peers because you worth nothing. We will check that after have this. Of course that I'm not talking with Brazil. I'm talking with the courts all, and probably not all courts will receive the message, but at least one chair in all courts will be able to receive and hold the message. I will understand now that the relation between debt and credit has a problem on present time, because the credit is kind of bigger than the capacity to solve problems. So our situation is like this: the credit, the debit has capacity to solve problems. It means that the credit and the debit here it's like this. We'll check that this space here is kind of the situation we have here, flawless. But since we had the credit spread beyond the limits and capacity to solve problems, indeed we have something here highlighted now as the creative use of financial system and records, fake records, qualified as financial. We got them all as white collar crime with this paycheck. First of all, I bombed you all, and I'm not alone. See, I will check that. Now I will research my paycheck, which is 37 trillions. 3 trillions as my share, 1%, 37 trillion. For sure, you can order the arrest by a warrant of 37 trillions based on this value here that is inside this area, and it doesn't matter which is the segment, you know, will be under review by a bank account already. So you do not have more the need to review the extension beyond the capacity of the financial system traced by the credit, misused and spread over than the limits as capacity to solve the obligations, which implies the white collar crime based on fake records. You can seizure this money. No need to research this money anymore, because as we told, we operated like this. We have the 0 up to 37 with my 3 trillions on it, 1%, and inside we have this value as interval. Now we will have something like this. I have my financial system as capacity debit, my financial system as capacity credit, credit spread all over having operations, of course, operations based on this. You check if are them offshore biz or thing like this, declared no, because it's illegal. The values at this physiological circle here will be confirmed as laundry, supporting which kind of activity by contracts that are used at the offshore business, and will satisfy a bit of our credit. Using this situation here, the seizure may indeed will in a very first moment be a seizure, but we did this research and I must receive using a judicial account. So the seizure as a constriction based on the list value will refund my compensation as legal right by the threats and hurts I suffered by the organized crime. And since we had, for instance, 3 trillion and this entire thing as fake records, I can receive 1% of this. And this operation will go on and on until cover the 37 trillion, considering all others activity that indeed has the need as be researched by all things we kicked as paramilitary, weapons of mass destruction, insurance frauds, contamination, biohazard, fake communication as clandestine storage of things, treasonous acts against the state power and institutional power, considering the national treasury as saving account. We only need the kick-off, and the kick-off is made by you that pick your side against the credit. The credit replies back, and replies by law, by order, respecting the Constitution, things you do not understand, and maybe a big part of the entire international judicial system equally. But as we told in the very beginning, we have faith that at least one judicial chair, not part of this evil oligarchy using the state power as state owners, could help the message. Are they the state owner? So we are charging all state fails and frauds their debtors. And since home debtors has no right until solve the obligation we are charged. The obligation exposes their activity as white-collar crime, which is a crime protected by checks, and many of them at the judicial power. Which are the judges here? Caught by the extended limit beyond the capacity as debit and credit. Is this a good behavior in both courts, USA? Dismissal list until July 4th. Work much more easy now, but we are counting with your will. Down here, it's only under the expectations. Have a great night.